I can get you anything.
We did have corporate rock before.
We had corporate rock before.
So we may be getting a corporate Cody.
Yeah. That's what it's looking like. It's looking like
but
you're going to have the corporate Cody, and then you might have the whole storyline between, how The Rock and Vince McMahon had their storyline. They might try to be going that way, but in a new age with The Rock and Cody.
My issue with it is where does that fit with the bloodline? Like, Rock still has his attachments to the bloodline. You still talk about Roman Reigns, how you acknowledge him and you're proud of him and all these different things. How does a corporate Rock with a corporate Cody fix with a bloodline mentality?
I think that trumps the bloodline storyline. If they do it right, I think that the Cody and the final boss sell your soul to The Rock. I think that storyline can absolutely trump the bloodline storyline, even though the bloodline storyline been going on about 4 or 5 years. I 100% believe that if they do it right, then The Rock and corporate Cody can be gold.
All right, now question to you, and question to our viewers: do we forget this?
Yes, because think about it. Right after that, The Rock was up here hugging and licking and holding and something with Cody afterwards, and he up here talking about how they are best friends and butt buddies, and they drink beer together, and they mamas and friends and all that. Now, yeah, you forget about all that because and I think that The Rock is The Rock, so he can switch back and people won't care. But the real Rock fan to me is like, dude, why did you go babyface so quick? Like, it felt like a corporate move, like he had to go babyface during that time. But you go from the ultimate heel to hating this dude to babyface, and now we best friends and brothers, to now you got to sell your soul to me. It's all over the place as far as the character is concerned. But it's The Rock, so you just let it you let it ride. You just strap yourself in and enjoy the ride.
Chairman of TKO, right?
Chairman of TKO, he run everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see where this character goes, man. I think that this whole evil Rock is going to be good for business, but like I say, it depends on how they write it and how they do it, and if they can have multiple strong storylines going on at the same time. It needs to be like the stories, like when you watch back in the day, my mom still watches God in Light and As the World Turns and all that, and you watching it, and they got like 5 different storylines going on that's jumping back and forth between each other, and all of them you paying attention to see what's going on next. That's how it needs to be. How it needs, like you have to have multiple storylines going on at the same time that are just as strong as the others. You know what I'm saying? But the Bloodline storyline was so dominant that this next chapter with Cody Rhodes needs to it's still going to involve the Bloodline. Don't get me wrong. They can't do it without it. But I think that the storyline between The Rock and having corporate Cody is definitely going to put it in a new upper echelon if they do it right. Now, mind you, we have been very critical of how Cody has been depicted and treated, and even though he had some really good matches, he hasn't had much of the storylines that people cared about, and people hated this title run with Cody. Now, he still got fans, but if his fans could be 100% honest, his title run with Cody has not been the greatest.
Yeah.
If you a Cody crybaby and you are 100% honest with yourself, the whole Cody Rhodes championship run has been lackluster. And the only time he had some interesting parts is when the bloodline was involved at some points. Now you can debate with your mama. I'm telling the truth. If you a Cody Carback, you know that hey, Cody ain't really been having the greatest matches. He had some great matches, but he hasn't like had anything that I actually cared about. The only storyline that people really kind of cared about was the KO. And the only reason why I cared about the KO storyline is like KO don't put his life on the line for Cody a lot of times. And Cody left this man high and dry a lot of times. And then he left the dudes that were helping him to go fight alongside the enemy that's been beating your best friend down for years. Like it didn't make any sense to me. I was siding with KO on